Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We got more reports to put you into. It's just like you wake up and you see certain things, you like roll the sleeves up, hold up. Wasn't they just trying to play this game on Virginia? They just tried this on the news and it didn't work out well for them. And people were they were all different nationalities, Asian, Chinese, Hispanic, they all seen through it because all of them came out there to defend basically their right to bear arms. But this isn't even about that. This is about a higher designation that they have, and it just happened this month. FBI just put white nationalists and neo Nazis on the same threat level as ISIS. So basically, they're saying all those people come out, of course, like a standing army, basically are in that list, and you already know who else followed in with it. I'll show you that here in just a few. But you can see the report there. I just put up on the screen that I'm reading to you. So let's read some of this. And we all know ISIS is who they work with anyway. This is one of their terror teams they brought in through the border and stuff. Not only is the terror threat diverse, it's unrelenting, said FBI Chief Chris Wray. They basically elevated their racially motivated extremism to national threat priority. And sure, they have people go out and false flag and pose as this person and do that, and then they never actually get them. They always let them go. They always get all these calls in about this person. It's going to do something. They never do anything. But it says in a hearing before a House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday, this was on February 6, 2020, Director Chris Wray outlined several concrete steps the agency had taken to combat uh, far right extremists. Doesn't say anything about the other side. Explaining that the national threat priority designation puts those groups or individuals on the same footing as ISIS. So there you go. And we all know that the government here works with ISIS anyway. And so now they're putting you on that list if you're called a so-called white nationalist. And it goes in here to say, we're particularly focused on domestic terror, especially racially or ethnically motivated, said Ray. When you see on the news, they're still amping it up and trying to get it to happen so that could be their big event. It says Ray's announcement comes just 2 weeks after agents arrested 8 members of neo-Nazi group The Base, 3 of whom were allegedly discussing firing into the crowd during a large pro-gun rally in Virginia last month. In recent months, FBI also foiled 2 synagogue situations. But the fact here is all the people, that big large audience that came out, they wasn't causing any mayhem. They wasn't causing anything crazy to happen. So now they're basically putting you on this list. What does this mean? That means you're definitely being highly targeted. That means you're definitely being monitored. And so all the things that they've done doesn't matter. It just matters that we need to push this agenda forward, and this is what needs to happen. So last September, DHS unveiled its new counterterrorism strategy that for the first time recognized white nationalism as a major threat. Congress has held well over a dozen hearings on the matter. Lawmakers have called on the State Department to designate international far-right networks as foreign terror organization and on DHS to produce threat assessment of those networks. And according to Ray testimony last November, the FBI made 107 domestic arrests in fiscal year 2019. So making far-right extremists a national priority. Wow, what about all the false flaggers? What about all the Antifa teams? What about all of that? You can't designate that? That's how you know these people are straight up setting you up. And who else is following on with the plan? So we'll show you this report here. So now that you get it from DHS, you'll start to hear it from more places. And one of the places is New Jersey. New Jersey officials say white supremacists are a greater threat than ISIS. February 24th, 2020. So I want to push this back just a little bit and then give you some more information, but forget it, the camera might fall. It goes in, it says, and New Jersey set up the camps and everything else. They're already ready for anything. New Jersey official Homeland Security Preparedness released a report February 21st stating Increased threat posed by white supremacist extremists from moderate to high in 2020, joining homegrown violent extremists, the most persistent hostile actors in New Jersey. Homeland Security and law enforcement professionals at all levels have taken notice of the rise in activity from the groups. New York Post quoted Jared Maples, director. He says it is a success. NJOHSP is a successor to the Domestic Security Preparedness Task Force established in response to the September 11 attacks. Y'all ain't did nothing, bro. Under the sidebar headline, changes from 2019, threat from white supremacy increased from moderate to high in 2020. This is bias right here. This is like a bias way to come after somebody. It really is. So I just wanted to give you that report. New Jersey basically already saying it. DHS already saying it in certain elements, pushing the political agenda. I want to give you that report though, because it's very serious if they put people on a higher designation. So somebody says, I'm from the Bay Area, CA. We'll have more videos coming up for you today here. That was just one of the quick reports I wanted to put you into as everything goes down. As a matter of fact, I'll read a little bit more what New Jersey said, because this really is important. Because they're saying like, oh, you're a bigger threat than ISIS, and they won't do anything about all the false flaggers, all the lying on the news. It says under sidebar headline, changes 2019, NJOHSP reported the threat from, let's go back, Paso attack, where they talk about a whole bunch of other crap. But they literally say, yeah, we're going to move it up. The officials are already saying that the threat level is higher now. And, you know, it comes around the same time as we got this so-called virus, 5G is around in it. So to me, it seems that it's all being set up. I can see it, really. It's like I pray against it. I pray against all the spiritual attacks that we're facing. I pray against all the bad things that could come. But you clearly can kind of see it if they're going to do that. We got the camps. Now we're going to designate you as this in 2020, right? Now we're going to go forward with the agenda on the human experimentational trials. So that's coming in like a couple weeks, less than 7 weeks. Everything right there already screams red flag. So I wanted to give you that report. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have more coming today for you, and more live reports coming up as we break down really important information with you that we all should be watching out for. They failed on this agenda, but they still push it through. The people, everybody on TV already knows that, white supremacist agenda, all that stuff was everybody. So when they say that, that's just an open season to open up on everybody, because you can target one group, but then it's bigger groups and larger groups around that group, and whoever's around that group, and it doesn't matter what color you are, they're coming for you too. Because that's exactly how it was going to work in Virginia, but they failed on that. But they'll continue to push this. And so we just wanted to get that report out of you. When is America going to really wake up to what's happening? Thanks for tuning in.